Alrighty, guys, it is the Wednesday comment review reading video. I will read your YouTube comments from last week, at least some of them. We have a whole range from properly educated and normal and good, insightful comments to the opposite. And I think that's just how that goes usually. So if you want to be in this video, leave a comment on my YouTube. You might get in and like, comment, subscribe. Let's have some good conversation today. I think we will. One of the videos that had a lot of good comments on it was the big fumble video I made about Nationals, and a bunch of comments from today's video are from that video. Like this one from GB Polo 7. Being an old Yu-Gi-Oh player playing Digimon now, I miss being able to go to regionals to get my invite or play fun events. Fun side events. Those were fun weekends with friends, and I wish Bandai would step up and get more in-person regionals. I agree. It's one of the coolest things about going to regionals is playing in the side events, if that's what you want to do, right? Like with Yu-Gi-Oh, for example, they started doing like Time Wizard side events at events, older format stuff, because current Yu-Gi-Oh for me is not for me. But old Yu-Gi-Oh, I loved it, and I'd love to play it more. So that's really nice. And when I went to the Niagara regionals, I didn't play in the main event. I read in my invite. Rather, I played in the 3v3 and top forward, and that was really fun. Got to play it with a vault. It was a good time. I miss it. We need more regionals to have more fun side events. I don't know what Bandai's thinking. Pete, Nar, YouTube, or YT. I don't play competitive, but I definitely wouldn't want to buy a plane ticket to go play Digimon when the two potential outcomes are get rolled by an interactive high roll deck, win a playmat that someone will eventually remake, and sell on eBay for $20. I mean, yeah, that's a very valid point. It also doesn't really suit me either. There's a comment that goes more into this a little bit later, so I'll leave this on the back burner for now. But this is very valid criticism, right? We have Walker Sikorsky. We had 3 rounds of store regionals, 22 64-man top 4 get invites, and 8 32-man top 2 get invites for actual regionals. We had March and November, where we averaged 2 per month, plus the Bandai Card Game Fest. So 19 full regionals with top 16 invites. That's 88 plus 16 plus 304, so 408 total invites when it's all said and done. I'm so happy that someone actually did the math and got a reasonably close number. But yeah, it's honestly sad. I think they would have been better off not announcing a cap. You know what I mean? Because it just looks pathetic. It looks like you have the smallest wiener in the room, and no one wants to have the smallest wiener in the room. I feel bad for those people. That's what this looks like, and it's just not fun for anyone. So yeah, they would have been better off not having a cap at all, just letting people sign up. Then it would have been a different complaint, I guess. It would have been, wow, no one's signing up for this anyway. But it wouldn't have looked so minuscule and pathetic without the cap. So there is that. The fix is Bandai needs more regionals. Absolutely. Kaz has a really good point here. I'm also sad that they can't do store regionals weekly instead of just a few in each country. They're small, right? Like, you could. You could. It's crazy that they don't. So many good ideas in our comment section. It's ridiculous. We have Clog3er. Mario, have you ever considered doing a tournament on your stream playing like a GOAT format Digimon since this recent format sucks? I have thought about it. I have considered it. I might go live with it. We'll see what happens. Right now, streaming Digimon just seems a little bit unappetizing because the format is so shit. It's awful. It's terrible. But, yeah, I've thought about it. It might happen. We'll see. This comment goes into it a lot. Oops, All Agumon says, I see this growing disdain for the gameplay recently. I think people are slowly realizing that this game has gone way downhill this year ever since BT14. Sure, we had a few good formats, but the game has devolved into something highly uninteractive. But this Nationals prizing could have been better. Digimon has a lot to prove when it comes to fixing itself, otherwise unification might do more harm than good. I will acknowledge that there are people in the comments section who have said the opposite about gameplay. In particular, there's this one guy who left an essay for a comment, basically. I don't typically read those on this video, but he was arguing the opposite on how the game is really good because there are multiple decks in the format, variety is good. The problem is that's an illusion. You can have variety, but if all the decks in the format are just turn 3, turn 4 OTK decks, Does it really matter that there's variety? It's all the same end goal. It's start, OTK, finish. Oh, you OTK'd me first? Oh, that sucks. That's basically what it is. Unless you're playing a control deck that doesn't do that. Then, okay, you have a little bit of a different thing. But, like, when a lot of decks in the format can close out a game really freaking fast, variety, yeah. Would you like to play a red deck that can win in 3 turns? Or a purple deck that can win in 3 turns? You see what I mean? I think Oops All Agumon says it really well. It has gone really downhill. It's not really as interactive as it used to be. Like, can you interact with the purple hybrid loop mill? Can you interact with Ancient Greymon for 5 checks, Blitz Omni for game? Can you interact with Mirage? Like, what can you do? Like, you see what I mean? So, it makes sense. I like this comment. I do understand where people come from and argue the opposite, but it's just inaccurate, unfortunately. And I really included this one just for maybe the thumbnail. Game Connoisseur says Digimon taking L's, what else is new? It is what it feels like they're taking more L's and W's. This might change. You know, tomorrow when you watch this video, Thursday night, they're doing their whole special video thing. Maybe they'll announce the best announcements ever. And I'll make a video saying, wow, Bandai did really good. I don't know. We'll find out. Fuck. I would love I'd love some W's instead of some L's. I did a poll on the video, on one of the portions of the video, where I was asking, should Digimon Nationals have LCQs? 305 of you voted, 91% said yes. And there's a lot of decent comments on this one. They should have a minimum entry point of expected participation for nationals for the remainder of those slots with the top whatever at LCQs. Winning regionals shouldn't be a gatekeeping mechanism, should be guaranteed shot at nationals. LCQs should be first come, first served, and top cut to allowed to purchase nationals entry. This is a good comment. This guy had to Google LCQs. Basically a tournament held before nationals give folks another chance at getting nats, correct? Is there any real downfall to LCQs? There isn't. That's the beautiful thing. That's what I argued. There is no downfall. If anything, it makes the players happy. They give something to do. And it makes you more money. Like, is there a downfall? Am I missing something? Yeah, sure, you might have to hire judges for a little bit extra time. But the entry should narrow that out. So whatever. Yes, and Digimon should also have an online official simulator. That comes up a lot. Stan here says, if One Piece is in its second year of being out, has an LCQ, Digimon that's been out for longer should have one too. Very valid point. Yes, and what are LCQs? So yeah, pretty much unanimous decision. I would have loved for one of these people that said no to comment why they think it's a bad idea. So if you're one of the 9% of people that voted no, or you haven't voted in this poll yet, and you think no, go to this poll, say no, vote no, and leave a comment as to why you think they're a bad idea. I'm just curious. I want to know. I want to know your thoughts. All right, moving right along here. Benjamin Wiseman says, it seems like we've been talking about the prices on Analog Youth alt-arts for almost 3 years now. Oh, we have. See, nice little throwback. We've been covering this card since it came out in the X01. It's been doing the up, down, up, down. It's been a good card for like a stock. You know, if you bought these at 50, you're winning. You know, you should listen to me when I talk things on Market Watch. You know, the words I say, the words that come out of my mouth with audible noises and congruent use of the English language, they have meaning. It's crazy. Did you watch TCG? So people I watched increased Blue Flare price as part of the sale. Was watching a lot of cards up to the sale and saw it consistently increasing. So you buy something normally $30 for $35, 10% off is what you normally buy at. That is a thing that happens with these sales. It's just market movement. It's just economics. But that is a good watch. That's nice. Wild Echidna. We are not going to get a Digimon sim. Corporate is clearly setting up a long game to invest into a dual city type RPG, which is more work than simply a boring old sim. No point in spending money on making the sim when DCGO exists already. It's actually good for the game, but the lack of sim is garnering community interest in this project. Bandai secretly loves it. Keep working on the sim. Keep not talking about it so brazenly in unofficial groups. We'll get Dual City 2.0 soon enough. I'm not saying I prefer the strategy. I'm saying that's what they're doing. We should just continue to trust the process and continue to give feedback. Now, I don't know what dual city type RPG is. I don't. Um, but I understand the bits and pieces that this guy is saying. We'll never get a sim because Bandai loves not having a sim. I don't know if that's necessarily true or not, but this guy might be right. And if 5 years down the road there's no sim, if the game is even still alive, or 10 years down the road, then he was right. It's hard to tell with this kind of stuff. It seems really far fetched, but you never know. Bandai has enough money to do whatever they want anyway. It doesn't really matter. Last of File TCG. Good enough equals better than nothing. I mean, I'm sure everybody appreciates Huang Zero's team to provide a simulator for free. That doesn't mean that we shouldn't expect an official simulator. And this one guy is saying he's going to expect Bandai to copyright claim DCGO or something. I'm not expecting that actually. And you know, we love Huang Zero's team for doing this. It is better than nothing, and it's cool to have. But again, the moral of the story is Bandai should just do the right thing, right by their customers. You know, make a product people want. Like, do you know how many times major companies have made a thing because people have asked for it? It could be anything from things inside smartphones to computers to quilts. Like, there's so much stuff out there. But I don't know. Maybe I'm the crazy one. Who knows? Vice 505. I'm happy that we got the webcomic because as a fan, it gives us something new to enjoy as we wait for a new anime video game. And also, if it does well enough, it could turn into an anime down the line. As with Virtual Client, I myself would like an official one, but I have a feeling it will be a while. Bandai has spread themselves pretty thin with all the different TCG products. This is also a very good point. Bandai right now is chomping on the bit with a lot of different products right now. It may not ever happen. But this guy likes the webcomic, which is pretty cool. I'm glad you... Hey, anyone that loves it, you know, God bless. I'm happy that you like the webcomic. You deserve to have something you like. Just because I hate it doesn't mean it's necessarily a bad thing. Prof Wallace, like this comment if you think Marsh should have a mohawk. Ain't happening. No, sir. Not one bit. Secret Mini Boss. Oh, man, that sucks, dude. At least that gives you more downtime to work on that Mario hot dog business, though. This is referring to the Canada Post strike video I made. And, you know, Mario's Wieners, I'm convinced, will exist. I know what distributors I have to go to buy my materials. I've already been in talk with these distributors. I've been in talk with how to properly do it, right? I'm even setting aside money for it. Mario's Wieners will happen eventually. I am 95% sure. If you want to be an investor in Mario's Wieners, that would really solidify the decision. And if you want to throw some money in it, we can work out a deal. We can work out a legal contract for it. So, yeah, Mario's Wieners. Donna Wrestler. Canada Post has fucked me over. I do a lot of $24 sales, and no one is going to pay almost just as much as the card is for shipping. I've shipped nothing basically the last 3 weeks. It's been fucking terrible. There's no point. And I'm not paying the extra costs that UPS and FedEx or anyone else want. It's just sad and depressing. Dudes playing video games. Says, good to hear you're going to be fine, man. Shame about what's happening. It's understandable overall. Have you considered international if that's an option? I actually used to do a lot of international shipping back in the day. I stopped it because I was getting pissed off. What would end up happening is I would pack something with shipping, with tracking number. I would track it, and one day it would just disappear and get lost. Now, that wasn't always 100% of the time, but it happened often enough where I said, nope. Fun fact, it happened 3 times. I do have a 3-strike rule. On the 3rd time it happened, I said, I'm fucking done. I don't want to continue to pay expenses and do refunds and lose the product. Nope. So, it's a good idea, but no, I'm not interested in it. And the final comment of the day is a really interesting one, and has nothing to do with the market watch that this comment was put on. The Great Way here says, I'm confused as to what's the need to throw the little jabs at the other market watch content creator whenever you get the chance. And then someone says, God, talk down the competition, don't you know? Then someone else says, can't stand Mario's attitude at times. That's why he's my least favorite Digimon market YouTuber. And then Laser Certification, by the way, commented on a market watch. Then Laserfication says, Jenny cares why you guys watch Mario videos like him so much. Not glazing, just why you watch something you dislike. In a great way says, not saying I dislike him, just saying I don't understand the hate negativity. The rest of the comment here says, when Digimon came out, I loved how the community was like all together. Like it all seemed like one big happy family. And it kind of made its way off that. So, I want to be as politically correct when I say this, okay? First of all, I don't hate anyone in the Digimon content creator space. That's a myth. There are certain people I do hate in this world. I hate some exes. I hate the New York Fries guy that stole the girl that one time. And every time I walk by that New York Fries, he's still there, slinging those fries, and my income increases every time I walk by him, and I chuckle a little, and it makes me happy. Am I still a little bit spiteful and have a grudge? Absolutely. It's like that movie, The Grudge. Never forgive, never forget, or whatever the slogan is for that movie. So I do hate people, but I actually don't hate anyone in the Digimon space. Even the haters that hate me, I don't hate them. I just find them really funny. Little jabs. You know, I think there's a lot of misunderstanding. And I'm going to clarify this. Let's take the Digimon Marker Watch. That video was just an inside joke. I did get someone that messaged me close to me that said, did you really have to make that video? Like, really? But it's a joke. And we all knew it was a joke. And the guy knew, who accidentally made the mistake, knew it was a joke. And it was fun. It was a good time. I jab at things that deserve to be jabbed. See, what people don't like about me, if they don't like me, is my attitude. I'm a very pessimistic, glass half empty, or knocked over on the floor, nothing in it type of person. I'm also very blunt, and I will tell you how it is. That's my personality. I'm very objective. I'm not really that subjective. I don't really involve my feelings. I'm part of the fuck your feelings crowd. And I just say things not really interpreting the potential ramifications of maybe bruising some feelings. So, when a content creator says, you know, for example, Black War Greymon isn't even the meta, I think, anymore. When it wasn't the meta, it was objectively in the meta. And it even topped that regional where the commentators said it's not in the meta. That deserves a lot of fucking flack, because that was a stupid thing to say. It was. Dumb. Or it's like the people who said D-Reaper was F-tier when BT9 came out. It won 2 events. Who's saying it's F-tier? Why would you say that? The list goes on. The other Market Watch content creators now, you know, I jab at it because in the content creator Digimon space, I was the first to do it. I'm still the biggest, even though there's been a little bit of a decline. And my record speaks for itself. Like, I own a store. I buy cards. I sell cards. I've made enough money to, like, definitely fund myself. And I knew that if I wanted to take it full time, like, I probably could, and I'd probably do fine, because everything I say comes from practice. Practice, preach, rinse and repeat. I'm a successful business owner. I'm an entrepreneur. I cannot say the same for anyone else in the Digimon market space. Maybe they are. I have no idea, and I don't really care, to be honest with you. It's more about calling out the things that just don't add up. The things that don't make sense. And that's really all it is. That's it. It's that simple. It really is that simple. You know, if these other Market Watch people, right, were to talk to me at regionals, you know, I wouldn't just ignore them. They're not less than me or anything like that. They're not the ant that I would step on. You know, a Digimon content creator is a Digimon content creator. And I would still socialize, have a good time, maybe go out for drinks with them. I don't care who you are. You could have 2 subscribers or 20,000. It does not matter. You know, at the end of the day, I still think that the Digimon content creators fill an important niche, because if it wasn't for people like us, there'd be no content on your game. And it would be very depressing for a lot of people. There's one more thing I want to talk about, and it's this little comment that I didn't brush up all the way. There are a lot of toxic people in the Bandai content creator space. I'm not going to name names. There are people that make content, or used to make content, I don't know if they still do or not, I don't watch Digimon content, you know, that will regularly be on the Digimon Facebook group 2020 and, like, argue with people for having an opinion. Like, lambaste people for just saying something. Some things are stupid, okay. But, like, some things are genuine and fair opinions, and people blast them all over the place. What I do like is a lot of the toxic people did leave Digimon, which is really cool. But another thing that happened is all the politics, right? You have your people that have their niches, and those people have their niches. And I can't tell you how many content creator discords I've been a part of where they were, like, slandering me or saying shit about me. Unnecessary shit. Like, there was a recent one in a Canadian Discord where some guy was like, does Mario even own a store? Like, does he actually own a store? Or is he just faking everything? Is this all a green screen? Is it a green screen? I don't know. Is it a green screen? Is this all a green screen? Is it a green screen? I don't know. And, like, just random shit. And it happened in 2021, 2022, 2023. Happened in 2024. And people don't care. People don't stop it. Like, there are definitely segmented groups of content creators and segmented groups of people that like to socialize with each other over others. I will acknowledge that I'm a minority amongst those groups. I'm kind of in my own place. And I don't really care. I do what I do because I want to do it, not because I seek validation from any other content creators or parties or whatever, or Bandai. I feel like I really rambled on about this comment, but I wanted to just make my stance crystal clear. And look, there are people that hate me that watch me. And they watch me because they know they might not like the way I convey the message. They may not like the way I speak. They might not like the way that I part my hair sometimes. They might not like the way that I talk about other people. But they come back because they know I'm right. Or at least I have enough of an opinion on certain matters that's like, I guess that makes sense. And I think I relate to a lot of Digimon people in the sense that I just want the game to do better. And I think a lot of people feel the same way right now. Anyway, that'll do for today. I've rambled. I'm done rambling. I want to go home or something. I don't really know. Let me know what you guys think about in the comments. And I will see you guys later. Bye.